Kutchins, Adler, the Buttery Babe. Today, we're going to start our series on quick appetizers that you can make ahead. We love to entertain, but we don't love the stress. So, my whole freezer is full of little appetizers that I can heat up at a moment's notice, like when the bunny invites people over, but can't recall how many. Our first appetizer that we're going to make is a savory ricotta fritter. How delightful does that sound? This is going to make about 10 fritters. I, of course, make a bigger batch all the time. First thing we're going to start with is 1 cup of whole milk ricotta, and we're going to mix that with 1 egg, 1/4 cup of Parmesan that's been grated, and 1/4 cup of flour. And of course, kosher salt and my trusty peppermint. I buy the packaged ricotta, and sometimes it's a little bit wet, sometimes not. So what we're going to do is just give it a quick wring. So again, that's 1 cup of whole milk ricotta. I'm just wrapping it in a napkin and giving it a little bit of a squeeze. Today, not so wet, so we're golden. So we're going to take that ricotta, see it's nice and dry, and dump it back in the bowl. Try to get all the little scraps that are stuck to my napkin, because I want to eat them, not wash them. And then we're going to make this nice and quick. So we're going to start with some cracks of our peppermint, of course, makes everything better. A nice pinch of kosher salt, and then it's going to get 1 egg, and the 1/4 cup of Parmesan. And I'm going to mix that up, and then I'm going to add in the flour. I don't want to add it too early, it'll get a little bit tough. So we're just going to start to get the mix going. Mixy mix, and then we'll put that flour in and make a nice soft dough. We're going to make balls of it, and inside the ball of batter is going to be a little piece of cheese. Today we're going to use a smoked Gouda because it melts really nice and it's got like this smoky, mysterious flavor, kind of like me when I imagine that I smoke cigarettes, but I don't. So, but you can use a jalapeno jack, you can use a mozzarella, whatever you like. A jalapeno cheese might be fun because then it'll get spicy as it melts. So let me quickly take off my rings because we're going to get a little bit messy. That's how everything good starts. And this recipe, as I said, is going to make 10 little balls. So I have a tiny sheet pan over here ready, and we're going to just take a blob of the batter, put it in your hand, and then take 1 little cheese ball, and then wrap it up. You want to try to make them round, but it doesn't make a difference because they're going to get fried and delicious. The main point is that the little ball of cheese is in there. So what's great about these, besides that they're literally balls of fried cheese, is you can make them ahead of time and pop them in your freezer as they are, or you can follow through with the flour and breading and then freeze them. Or you can even fry them up and then freeze them and then just throw them in the oven when your guests get here. So you could be shaking a cocktail while your guests are getting fried treats, and it takes them just a minute. So see, we've got our nice little balls of delight, and then I'm going to give my hand a quick rinse, and we are going to flour, egg wash, and dip them in breadcrumbs and then fry them on up. Give me just a second. Okay, nice clean hands, now we're back. So I have my 10 ricotta balls with the smoked Gouda in them. These ones I made like about an hour ago and stuck them in the freezer. Makes them a little bit easier to work with. And we have our traditional 3-part frying system going on. So I have flour, I have 2 eggs that I beat up with about a tablespoon of water, and breadcrumbs. These are homemade, so they're kind of funky. I make homemade bread. We don't eat all the bread, then it turns into croutons. Then the croutons hang out too long and turn into breadcrumbs. You can use store-bought breadcrumbs. You can use panko breadcrumbs. It'll be nice and crunchy. You could just use Parmesan cheese. But today, breadcrumbs. So take each little ricotta ball that you made, and you're going to dust it in the flour. And then it's going to go for a little bath in our egg wash. And then you want to make sure that the whole thing gets coated. So you might need to use a spoon or put it in a deeper bowl so it's less obnoxious. There we go. And then into the breadcrumbs. And that's just going to roll around. And then I like to make sure my breadcrumbs really stick, so just give it a little squeeze. And then it's going to go right back on its heat tray. I'm going to do all of these, and then we're going to fry them. I have vegetable oil heating up over medium, so it's going to be ready when we are. La 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 la. All the food tastes better when you sing to it. So, what do you drink with your ricotta fritters? Me, I'm a sucker for anything sparkling. So I would get a nice Prosecco, nice dry Prosecco with these. 2 reasons. 1, it's sparkly, so already delightful. And it's Italian. And this is Italian, so it's perfect. The wonder of sparkling wine is that it goes with anything that you want to eat. Having cake, perfect. Sparkling wine, you're celebrating. Having something fried, perfect. The bubbles will go right through the grease. Having something spicy, perfect. The bubbles are going to help you out. Sparkling wine is really the most perfect beverage besides coffee. I'm going to continue doing these, and then we're going to fry in just a second. So we're just getting ready to fry our second batch of delicious ricotta fritters filled with smoked Gouda. The first batch came out golden brown and delicious, and we're just going to do our second batch. The oil's about 350 degrees, and we're just going to put each fritter on our slotted spoon and gently lower it into the oil. The oil is not going to cover the fritters completely, and that's totally fine. We can turn them around as we need. If you want to put in more oil and do a true deep fry, go ahead. It's never going to be a problem. I just feel like 1 bottle of oil a day is more than enough for me. When we were engaged, the bunny wanted me to register for a deep fryer as a wedding present, and I said, no, it is way too easy just to put it in the pot and do it. If all I had to do was hit a button, we would not be fitting in any of our clothes ever. So those are just frying away, being all happy, and take about 2-3 minutes to get golden brown and delicious. Whoop. We'll just leave that there because our paper bag is being crazy. So when you see the bubbles coming in your oil, that's actually the liquid in the food cooking its way out, which is kind of fun. And they're just going to fry. Feel free to give them a little turn. It'll help them get extra crispy and golden all the way around. If you wanted to get fancy, you could dust these with some truffle salt or serve them with a marinara to dip. I think they're perfect just how they are, with a little glass of bubbles and some lively conversation. See, we're about halfway there. They just need to finish on up. I'm going to leave them alone for a second so they can do their thing and get nice and ooey gooey in the middle and golden brown. As I said before, you can fry them and then freeze them and then just throw them in like a 450 degree oven for about 10 minutes to get them melty again. Or you can eat them right away. You can make the balls and freeze them. You can keep them in their flour, egg, and breadcrumb coating and freeze them. Or you could do like we're doing and just make them fresh and eat them right away. They're a really forgiving recipe. Fry, 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 little fritters of love. Seeing makes everything better, I feel. We're almost there. You can see how they're puffing a little bit, getting extra happy. Okay. Okay, let's start evacuating. We're just gonna put like 2 on a spoon, give them a little shake, and then down on to the paper bag to absorb that extra cooking oil. And then, as I said, this is just vegetable oil. You do want them to cool for just a minute or 2 before you serve them so no one burns their face. It's very hot inside there. And I'm going to turn the oil off, the flame under the oil off, so we don't have any accidents, because that will not be a happy accident, as many people say on unplanned pregnancies. Happy accident. So, it's a fritter. It's filled with ricotta and cheese. Let's see what happens when we open it up. Ooh, yum. It's so good I can't even talk. I'm Kutchins Adler, the Buttery Babe. Thanks for joining my show. And you can watch more episodes on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, and of course my very own website, www.butterybabe.com. Thanks!